Transformational Tuesday. This is where we want to bring you the stories and the successes from amazing people from the real life tribe that have gone through a transformation, changing their life, getting better financial results and building a future for themselves. So this week we have these awesome people. Would you like to just introduce yourself?
I'm Justin.
I'm Ray. We're both 27 and from Nottingham.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves in terms of how you grew up and how you then got to the point of why you decided you want to invest in property.
So we both met when we was 11 years old. We went to secondary school together, and that's where I started teaching maths. Loved it, was there for about 6 years, and the main reason we both went into property, I think, was because my dad had Parkinson's, was diagnosed when he was 42, and last October when we started, he had brain surgery and I couldn't get any time off work, and it was at that point, Justin and I was like, that's it, we're out of here.
That's when we knew we needed to get into property and change our lives for the good.
Okay, good. So what was it like for when you were growing up? You were in the trade, right?
Yeah, so I met Ray in school. As soon as I'd left school, I went to college, just like a normal teenager does. I got into a trade. I am a qualified electrician, but since leaving school, I've always knew that I was destined for something more than that, and I wanted more for my life than just being in the trade and having a normal job for the rest of my life. So yeah, that's when I decided to get into property, and then that's when I stumbled across real life. So
I know you came to the Real Life Property Wealth event just only 4 months ago. Can you believe that?
I know, it's gone so
Yeah,
fast.
really, really quick.
But you were in property before?
Yes.
Yeah, so just tell me about that journey. Like, you obviously learned some technical information and you started acquiring some deals?
Yeah, so we started in October and we had 4 deals, but it was very slow, and I was at a point where I said to Justin, this is not for me anymore. I just felt so alone. Justin was working, I wasn't, I was doing property by myself, and I knew nobody else that was doing it. Until we came to that event, that's when I knew that I wanted to do it forever, basically, yeah.
Okay, so like what brought you to the conclusion that you just want out? Like, what was going on?
I was just stressed and felt alone, and I only had the property knowledge. I didn't know to meditate in the mornings and do all these things that help, that now we do every day without fail.
The mindset wasn't there.
Yeah, I just thought it was property. I didn't realise everything else that comes with it.
Yeah, and I was telling Ray when she was at that point that, look, you need to sort your mindset out. It's not the property, it's your little voice. And it wasn't until we came to the event.
You knew it was a little voice then, or?
I knew it was a little voice. I've been into mindset a long time.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I was preaching it to Ray, and she never listened to me until we came to the event, and you started bringing it up more and telling us more habits and stuff that we should get into for a mindset, which will help us out in the future. And then that's when Ray got into it, and then that's when she started enjoying it a lot more.
Definitely.
Awesome. Okay, good. So then, what was the difference other than you saying, okay, mindset? Did you just decide in the moment that now, yeah, I'm going to do this forever? Was it just in the moment?
Yeah, I think it was. When we was at that event, we knew that we're starting here, no matter what it takes, and we're going to do it with you guys and the help and support. And since then, we've just stuck at it. And put into practice all the things that we've learned.
Yeah, when we actually went to the event, we were so excited. We was optimistic going to the event, as a lot of people are. There's no denying that. But when we was driving back from the event, we both was in the car and we looked at each other like, let's just do it. Let's just make a go at it. Let's just give it our all and see where it gets us. And we've never looked back since.
So when you left the event, what was your goals? Because I know your goals, were at a certain level, and I know they've changed since then, and I know you've surpassed what you said. But what were they in the beginning?
God, it's even funny to think about what our goals were. It was something like, was it 10 rent-to-rents? No,
our original goal, we wanted to step back from purchasing properties. Step back from rent-to-rents and start purchasing more. So we had a first coaching call with Claudine, and we said on the call we wanted one more rent to rent because we wanted to take a step back, and we wanted to purchase a buy to let.
So how many did you have at this point?
We had 4 rent to rent.
You had 4, and you said you wanted one more.
We wanted one buy to let. Yeah, one more rent to rent
Yeah.
and purchase a buy to let. Which, looking back at that now,
In what time frame did you want to do?
I
We
think
said in a year.
In 1 year.
Yeah.
And this was obviously just what, a couple of months, 3 months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 months ago.
about 3.5 months ago that was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But a lot has changed since then. We've had a lot of deals accepted.
So you wanted one more
Yeah.
in 1 year.
Yeah.
Like you mean like, so the event you attended was 2019 June, I think, or
Yeah.
July, something like that. So by 2020
We was
July,
happy.
August, you wanted one more rent to rent and one buy to let.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was happy
could-
to slow down and have 5 rent-to-rents. It's funny saying it because that's ridiculous. And 1 buy-to-let.
Yeah.
And why did you feel you wanted to slow down?
I think it was more because before this point, this is when we were stressed out, and Ray was stressed out a lot,
Yeah.
and we didn't know how easier it would be with you guys. So we just thought we don't want to take on too much. We don't want to push our goals too far
We
forward.
want to live comfortably.
Yeah, we
I
want to live
think that's
comfortably. We
what
don't want to
it was.
fail. So we don't want to set ourselves a goal and fail.
Okay, you don't want to fail.
Yeah.
I also remember speaking to you, and you were saying, oh, if I can quit my job, by the end of next year and all the rest of it. I don't think I said anything. I may have said something. I don't think I did at the time, but in my head I was like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we know now 100%. It's only a matter of months before Justin quits his
Well,
job and works with me full
Yeah, I
time.
could quit work tomorrow, but the business at the minute just doesn't require me there as well because Ray does it full time. So I'm just earning a little bit of cash on the side, and I've set myself a goal, and I want to wait until I've hit that goal before I quit work. So then I feel more satisfied with myself that I've set my goal and I've hit it. So
And you've got a reward from that.
and I got a reward from that, yeah. So it will be very short after Christmas. I'll be doing it full time and absolutely loving it.
And getting on the math for you.
So that was your goal, one more rent to rent to take you to 5, and then one buy to let you wanted.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ask you your goals now yet, but what have you achieved so far now?
So since then, we took on 6 more buy-to-lets.
6 more rent-to-rents.
6 more rent-to-rent, sorry. I don't know why I said buy-to-let.
So we've got 10 rent-to-rents in total, and 1 offer accepted on a 6-bed HMO.
Yeah, which hopefully will be exchanged before Christmas.
So you doubled your goal,
Yep.
not in a year, but in
Yeah.
less than half the time. So you did
Yeah.
twice as much in less than half of the time.
We worked out it was 1...
That's got to be a transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually do feel like we have transformed.
What did we
massively.
work it out as? 1 deal every 2 weeks?
One deal's been accepted in 13 days since we've joined, and that's not over exaggerating. That's the truth is it. The truth is it.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So now, what's your goals?
So we said 15 rent-to-rents by next year, but now we've already got 10. We know that as soon as we hit 15, we're not going to stop, we'll just keep going. And we said 5 purchased, completed, tenants in, done.
HMOs, yeah. But even now, looking
That you own.
that we own, yeah, there's going to be 5 accepted and up and running that we own. But even now, just looking at that goal, like knowing what we know now, I think
We could easily smash that.
Yeah, it's going to go beyond that, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So you're saying that's in a year?
That's in a year. That's between now and the end of next year, end of
The
2020.
end of 2020?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that's
said
right.
Christmas
More than a
next
year.
year.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what are you thinking about those goals now?
I think that the 5 purchase will easily go above that. We've got JV partners now in the tribe and they want to grow. I think they said they want 6, we want 5, so we know we've at least got to get 6 because that's their goal. Rent to rent wise, we've already got 10. It's not going to take another year to get 5.
Yeah, so it's looking good.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
Awesome. So what have been the steps that you've been going through? Like you took 7 months to get 4, is that right? Your first one you took 7 months, and then within 3 or 4 months you've got another 6, you said.
Yeah.
And didn't you just have something accepted again recently?
We had the 10th rent-to-rent accepted and the purchase accepted.
Yeah.
So, and we've got offers in on more. So
And that's going to be a HMO.
that's a 3-bed semi-detached house.
So what happened to the buy to let?
Oh, it's gone out the window.
I said from the start though, we know what our goals are, we know what our outcomes are. Our outcomes are cash flow, help our family out, and a buy to let earning £42 a month is not going to give us that.
Yeah,
It's
but
stupid.
at the time, it didn't seem possible to do what we've done. So we
Yeah.
didn't think as big as what we're thinking now. and that is what was holding us back previously. So just thinking big and taking action has got us where we are.
Okay, good. So there's clearly been a transformation. You were stressed out before, you didn't know how to handle even what you had. Now you have more than double that, and now you seem to be fine and loving it, and you're always smiling and laughing and joking. So something's obviously transformed, and that's what this is all about. So what advice do you have for other people that either are not getting into it because they think it's going to be stressful, or maybe it is stressful but you can just handle it? Because that's what transformation is. You become a more complex structure to be able to handle more things. So what advice do you have to people?
My biggest advice and what's helped me is reading and talking to people, especially everyone in the tribe says, read this book, read this book, read this book, and every single book that they've told me to read, feel the fear and do it anyway. You just practice what you read and it helps with everything. And now everything that used to bother me, even if it was just a tenant saying, this is broke, now I think, oh, I can handle it, they're not going to leave, like what's the worst case scenario? I'm still breathing, I can handle that, I can do it. The worst case scenario, we always know we can handle that, so we've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and my advice would be to just think out the box and not be sceptical like me, because I was really sceptical about courses, and I really didn't see the point. I was thinking you can get that advice off Google, and I know a lot of people out there think that as well. So just, if I was anyone who wanted to get into property, I would just put that to the back of my mind and turn up to a real life event, and it's free. So what you got to lose? Yeah, what you got to lose? As soon as you turn up, you're going to know straight away that you've made the right decision, and it will genuinely change you.
I think you don't think twice about going to university and paying for an education, 20 grand, 30 grand, whatever it is. Why would you not educate yourself, even if it's just buying a £7 book, reading a book, getting into the tribe, going to an event? Because it's not a career, but you're still housing people, it's still a property journey, you need to know about it, don't you? So you need to educate.
University is not necessarily a career.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You know, you go there, I'm not sure what you do, I mean, I'm a person myself, but what I hear is you go there, then you still got to go get a job anyway.
Yeah.
So what you just said is reading the books and everything, and you're a bit sceptical about going about the courses. So what advice do you have? Well, let me ask you first. Like, is it just the information? So you acquire the information and then you know how to go and do it? So what's the difference?
The difference is the support network for me, and definitely for Justin. Whatever question you've got, there's somebody that knows the answer. There's people that if you feel low, I've seen people put on the real life Facebook group, oh, I'm feeling low, and everyone brings you up and you've got no option but to succeed because you're full of people around you that are not giving you any other option. You've got to succeed and they'll help you get there. There's not a single negative person that we've come across, or I've been in other groups on Facebook and it's never been good for me, has it? And I always had to leave because it wasn't the right environment and people didn't want to see other people succeed, but everybody that we've come across want you to do well.
Yeah, there's just so much advice from it in there, and there's people who have just started, and there's people who are millionaires, got multi-million pound property portfolios, and so the advice I get from there is just it's just next to none, yet priceless.
Awesome. So, like, for people, you guys are reading books and you're educating yourself, you're going to more programs and things. But then there's other people that also do that and they're not getting results like what you guys are getting. So what advice do you have to these people, or what's the key principles or pieces that they're missing? Action.
Because you can only get pushed so far before your little voice starts kicking in, and if that little voice starts kicking in, then you're going to get nowhere. So you need to take action. You can't wait for the perfect deal, which is what a lot of people do. And as long as you're doing everything you've been taught, and you're putting in action in every day and chipping away at it, you're going to get to where you need to go.
Yeah, and sticking at it and asking for help when you need it, talking to people. We've got our coach, Claudine, and she will say, these things, are you going to get these done? And because someone's holding us accountable, there's no way we would never get them done.
No, accountability plays a massive part in it.
And you think that you can hold yourself accountable, but you can't. Especially when working as a couple, if Justin tells me, oh, do this, I'm like, you're not my boss, and I ignore him. But if someone in the tribe is like, oh, why don't you do that? I'm like, oh yeah, what a good idea.
That's good that you can be honest about it. It's good. No, because I get it. It's the same for me as well. Me and Trish as well, so I get it. But so you're saying that it's not just the information, there's a transformation that's required,
Yeah.
but then the environment is key as well. So what was the difference between, before when you're feeling all stressed out and now you feel like, yeah, I can just take action and take on whatever it is that I need?
Just our mindset and how we feel within ourselves. I was very much like, I don't understand the need for all this mindset stuff. I just need to learn the property stuff and then I'll be fine because that's what I'm doing. But it's not the case. Every day you've got to work on yourself and take time for yourself. Every morning I used to get up and start work straight away, and it's just little things that you guys have taught us. Spend half an hour for yourself, read, meditate, anything, and then start work. So you've spent that time on yourself. That's important because and I think otherwise, especially with phones and everything's there ready as soon as you wake up, it will take over your life otherwise.
And the thing is, it's easy to fall into, well, let me try this for a few days, and then you just fall back into checking your phone, doing the work, working hard, going to the grind or whatever it is. Because there's a lot of people out there, it's not because they don't work hard, it isn't that at all. It's not because they don't take action, it's not that either. It's just that they fall back into the almost like automated life. Yeah, and out of context, which, some people who are probably watching this, maybe it's out of context for them, some of the stuff you say, like taking time for yourself. So and it might not make sense. So what advice do you have for people that might have been like you before, that's like, I don't need any of this, I don't need coaching, I can keep myself accountable, I don't need to, What advice do you have?
I would say...
They do need all those things.
Yeah, I would say doing what they've done has gotten to where they are, and if they're watching this video, then they're probably not happy and they want more. So if they're happy with waking up in the morning at 6 o'clock, going to work from 7 till 4, and then getting home and sitting in front of the TV, and not working on their own life, on their self-development, then fair enough, it's not for them. But if you want more for your life, then you can't get up and work for a boss all day and then get home and not work on yourself. So
yeah, you always said that before, that so many people go out and work for somebody and don't think anything about it, but then won't work on themselves, and surely you're the most important person.
Definitely. So what you're saying is you've got to work on yourself, but for those people that still think, well, what was the principle, or what, now you are this future version of you, right? What is it that you realise that you wish you realised before that you might be able, because let's face it, this is all about getting results. And you guys have got some amazing results in a short space of time, and I'm excited to see what else you guys go on and do. So it's all about those results, but those results are happening because you now realised a way of operating. So what is it that you know now that you wish you could have told your earlier self?
I would say, yeah, so much, but like obviously mindset plays a massive part in it, and if you're working on yourself, that is what leads you to taking the action.
And I think you've got to be open to that sort of thing, even if you think that you don't need it. I was not open to it before, and I was not in a good place. I was upset all the time, stressed, and just didn't want to do anything profit related until I spent the time to work on myself. And that the results have spoken for themselves. If I didn't work on myself, we would not have what we've got now.
No, it's law of attraction, and results speak for themselves. I mean, from what we had before to what we've got now, and since we've joined, and it's not slowing down, it's actually, it's crazy just to think about it, and we always say that, but there's no slowing down, so.
Awesome. So you were a teacher before?
Yeah.
Yeah, and at what point did you decide you were going to leave that and live the life you wanted to?
I left pretty quick. I think we only had 2 events, didn't we? Which was enough to replace my income anyway. But I left at that point just because of the situation with my dad, and I needed to spend time with him. Family is the most important thing, so I thought, forget that, and I'm leaving. Whereas you're slightly different, aren't you?
Yeah, so I'm still an electrician. That's been my trade since I left school, and I used to work down London. I was working down London for 5-6 years in the Olympic Stadium. I was doing 12, 13-hour shifts, and it was hell.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I was telling me every day I want to quit, because I just knew there's more out there, and I just thought to myself, all these successful people, what's different? Why am I different? Why am I able to do this and they're doing that? They're living their life right. So I thought, this is where I've got to change. So yeah, I've now got the choice to quit if I want to. I can quit tomorrow if I want to and just be dependent on our company and work for ourselves. which is what I've been doing after Christmas, and I'm currently on 4 days, and I'm just so much happier because I know that freedom is right there in front of me. So yeah, it's coming soon. I'll be quitting.
So you're going down to 4 days.
I've gone down to 4 days.
And your company is okay with that. Are you going to reduce any more, or are you just going to go straight from 4 to nothing?
Well, I'll be honest, my company weren't happy with it. I rang them up and told them, and I've got my boss on Facebook, to be honest, and he's been seeing all the videos and stuff I've been doing, and he's not happy about it. And when I rang him up and told him I was doing 4 days, they've messed me about. They've sent me all over the shop, and they've took money off me. They've took money on my wages. So it just makes me think, like when I was there, when I was working for them, I was a yes man, and they was really happy with it. The second I didn't turn into a yes man, and I wanted to work for myself and work on myself, they started messing me about. So since then, I've got rid of my boss on Facebook. That was a big mistake. And yeah, I'm just doing 4 days. And
you're happy to go from 4 to quitting, aren't you? You was going to do gradual, but what's the point?
No, I may as well just jump in it and go for it.
Yeah. But if anything happened, you're still okay now, right?
Oh, the choice is there. The choice is there.
So that's good. So that is what transformation is about. That's why I believe it's so important that everybody goes through these. Because by the way, it's been exciting for you, but trust me, if you stay in the game and you keep going, there's going to be many more of these transformations. So you thought I was going to get one more deal and just one buy to let. Already you got 6, and then you got another one. Is it offer accepted?
Yeah.
Offer accepted, but you're going to have a few more as well. I know at least maybe 3 more in the next month.
Yeah, there'll be 3 more.
Yeah, at least maybe 3 more. So like you've gone through this transformation, and that's what I believe is so important for people, because I totally get what you're saying when it comes to when you're in a company or you're working for someone else. And don't get me wrong, like everybody is like this. I mean, we have an organisation and people work for us, but we don't operate like this because I didn't like it when it was happening to me. So I don't want people to just tell me yes all the time. But when I was in a company and you just say yes, 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 they love it. Yeah. But I don't think it's just the yes, yes, yes. I think it's the fact that they are okay when you need them more than they need you. Is what they think or is what they perceive. And that, for me, I don't think that's a good place to be in for anybody. I just don't.
I agree.
No.
So now you've got the option to be like, and that's why they don't like it, because that also happened to me as well. As soon as my business and I was a partner in the business, they started to realise that, oh wow, actually this guy can be self-sufficient, oh wow, like it's a whole society thing. If they can make you feel inferior, then they feel that they got control.
But if not, then they don't like it. It's sad that a lot of people like that, but not everyone wants to get into property. But a lot of people do want to stay in a job for security. But for me, working for myself is more secure than working for a boss who decides what I'm getting paid each week and whether I'm getting paid that week, because they could go into liquidation. When working for myself, it's all on me then, so there's more security working in the property game, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, good. And also, who knows, maybe you guys have got other passions that you're going to go on to now do because you have the time to do it. Because people could spend, 30, 40, 50, 60 years working, which some people do, and then it's like they don't have any time to actually pursue the things that they really love.
Yeah, the thought of having to wait to retire before you enjoy your life just makes me laugh. And I can't imagine ever doing that. We know we want to go travelling, we want to get married, and we can do all those things now.
Yeah, that's already within our reach, and that's what's exciting. That property has got us here, and within the next, in 2020, we will be travelling, getting paid while we're travelling, and we'll be booking our wedding, and that probably wouldn't have been possible if we wanted property.
Awesome. Good. Well, that's why I want to thank you so much for sharing this, because if this just inspires one person, it's worth it. But I think you guys are awesome. You're doing it at an awesome time. Your life is obviously the right time for you guys to do it, and hopefully people watching this are going to do that.
Yeah, and there's plenty more to come. Keep your eyes peeled. 2020 is
Yes, there it is. There it is. So, look, if you want to see more of this action taking, these stories, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because this is where it's at. And hopefully we'll be sitting down again discussing some more transformations very soon with you guys.
Definitely.
I'm excited to see
Yeah,
what it is.
we're excited. Thanks for having us.
Wow,
Thank you.
it's been a pleasure.